morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time for a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we've been up and we've been down, and everybody was really curious how today was going to go after Friday's sell-off. Tell me what you see for our markets today.
Well, that's right, Lacey. We've been up and down, and some say we've been all around, and that's been the case here in the feeders and the live cattle. November feeders traded as high as 375.15. They traded as low as 368.72. So not quite a $6.50 range here in some of these contracts. Some of them traded over a $7 range here as far as out in those far deferred. So we've had quite a move out there in some of those far deferred contracts. This is coming off of some of that news from Friday. Whether we're going to reopen the border or not, that's anybody's guess. And if we're going to get beef out of Argentina, whether or not, that's anybody's guess as well. Friday was a setback here on, basically headlines, and nobody really knows how to take those headlines here today. However, cash, though, was firmer here last week. We did trade some as high as 242 in the south there. We traded some cattle here at 237, 238, and 242 here in Nebraska as well on a limited basis. So it's been all over as far as the cash trade goes, but it was a little bit firmer here last week. So we have seen a little bit of a commercial support here underneath this complex here. We look out at the December-February live cattle spread that's getting about 25 cents here today. And the Feb versus April, though, that's about steady on the day. So not too much out there in those far deferreds, but a little bit of commercial business there. On the feeder cattle side of things here today, that index looks like it's going to be down about 35 cents when the Merc updates it later around that 376.15 area. But the daily average going into that was 366.19. And the future side of things here is waiting for the next headline or to get any confirmation of what's going to happen here with these headlines that came out on Friday, Lacey.
Thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And if you'd like to talk to him about the markets, call him at 308-708-7340. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
Pause for a moment of clean row calm. Brought to you by Storin Corn Herbicide. Preserve this moment of weed-free serenity at storeandwon'tquit.com or see your Syngenta retailer today. Always read and follow label instructions.
On the hunt for lost ROI? Chart a course and find hidden profit potential with Acuron Corn Herbicide. It's the only herbicide strong enough to bury competing weeds and help you unearth 5 to 15 more bushels per acre. How's that for hidden riches? Uncover the real value of Acuron at acuron-herbicide.com. Acuron is a restricted use pesticide. Always read and follow label instructions.
Welcome back to the Tractor Tuesday Market Desk. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Farm listings made simple. That's TractorTuesday.com. The government shutdown continues, and we are on the 20th day of trading without any harvest updates, crop progress reports, or news on the daily export sales. Today's trade is one led by headlines as soybeans rally once again, with President Trump speaking optimistically last night about the anticipated meeting with China. He specifically spoke about soybeans, saying he hoped to make a deal with China, buying at least the same amount that they purchased last year. Cattle futures closed limit down after the president alluded to a plan to lower beef prices, and today traders are waiting for the next line of news to determine which way to go. And a lack of information is keeping corn a little stagnant today, and the wheat markets continue to be quietly mixed. December corn is down 2 at 420.5. March down 1 at 435.5. November soybeans are up 8.5 at 1028. January up 9 3/4 at 1046.5. December Chicago wheat unchanged at 503 3/4. March unchanged at 520 1/4. Kansas City December wheat is down 1.5 at 490. March down 1 3/4 at 509 1/4. December soybean meal is up 280 at 309.80. December soybean oil is up a dime at 51.05. December live cattle are up 135 at 243.17. February up 107 at 243.90. November feeders are up 30 cents at 372. January down 72 at 368.57. December lean hogs are unchanged at 82.37. February up 15 at 84.92. And Class 3 milk for November is up 26 cents at 16.91. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.